What's going on, all you fantastic people? I'm Matt, and today we're going to be taking a look at The Immortal Wars, which stars Eric Roberts and Tom Sizemore. Set in the future after most of the world has been destroyed by war and famine, superhumans known as deviants are rounded up and pitted against each other in combat meant to bring world leaders together. While some of the deviants plan to escape their captivity, others are out for blood. Or I suppose another way to describe this film would be, if you ever wondered what would happen if the Hunger Games and Mortal Kombat got together, got drunk, made some really bad decisions, this is it. This is what it would look like. So we're a smaller channel, and like all other movie review channels, we like to review the big films, the blockbusters and whatnot. At the same time, I like to review these smaller films for a couple of reasons. A, not too many other channels review the smaller, lesser known films. And B, every now and then you can come across a diamond in the rough, a film that nobody's talking about, that nobody really knows about, and it surprises you in a good way, in a positive way. It turns out to be a good film. This is not one of those movies. And I already told you the plot, and yes, the plot is cliched, and there's not much originality to speak of, but I can get behind its idea to an extent. It has to make sense. Here, it doesn't. There's very little backstory to speak of in this film, and most of the exposition comes from one character who pretty much spews knowledge about everything. And then when she's asked how she knows so much, her answer is, well, I did my research. Okay, exposition queen, whatever you say, just keep the plot moving every single time you open your mouth. And the budget in this film consisted of about $37 and a pack of spearmint gum, if I had to guess. But that's fine. You know, the effects that they use in this film are outdated, but whatever. You actually do get some cool shots in this film, but when it comes to the action, it's shaky cam and close up, and I get it. You're trying to hide the fact that your actors can't fight, and you're trying to cover up all these flaws, and it's noticeable, and it's bad. And speaking of actors, two things. First, the acting is bad. The dialogue they're given is pretty horrible. The acting is worse. And I'm not trying to judge, I'm not trying to point fingers, I'm just being honest. Second, you dragged Eric Roberts and Tom Sizemore into this? How did that happen? Did you kidnap their relatives? Did you give them scripts and contracts for one film? Like, hey, here you go, it's a sequel to Citizen Kane, look it over, a sign right here on the dotted line. And then when they show up, surprise, it's the Immortal Wars, and you're already bound by contract. What happened? How did they end up in this? On top of everything, they leave it open for a sequel which is already in post-production. And to be fair, this movie doesn't really end, it just stops. And you know, I think some people will find enjoyment in the Immortal Wars. They'll look at it and think it's a quality B movie and just have fun with it. All the more power to those people. I'm going in the complete opposite direction, and I'm going to go ahead and give The Immortal Wars an F. It's shoddy and it's unoriginal, and it could have been so much more with just a little bit of effort, but it ends up being forgetful. I gotta be honest, I think about halfway through my day, I completely forgot this movie. It was gone. My brain was just like, you don't need this, get it out of here. So I can't recommend it to you guys. But of course, if you've seen The Immortal Wars, let me know what you thought about it down below. And of course, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of our awesome movie reviews, hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you awesome people next time.